Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, welcome to Amores Patos.
I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your host, Faby.
This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
duck facts,
duck lore,
Darkwing Duck villains,
and DuckTales.
Once upon a time in Toontown, there was a cat that had it all. Fortune and fame, top of the game, up until it hit the wall. Now he makes a living downtown, walking on a brand new beat. Slipping through the new day, tripping on a two-way, taking down a one-way street. Beep, 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 who's that cop? Cranking up crime. Stop the clock. Hope you get here on time. Let's go. Bonkers. Yeah, totally nuts. Bonkers. No ifs, ands, or buts. Bonkers. Someone's stealing the show. JC, I gotta go. No.
So, we just spent about 10 minutes before recording talking about Try Hard, because it's still one of the best episodes of Darkwing Duck.
90-something episodes. 90 episodes? 91 episodes of Darkwing Duck?
Is it 91 or 99?
Not 99.
91?
Maybe
No?
91.
I think,
Yeah, it's not, remember, it's not like a full 100 or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have seen most of it. I think we've both seen most of it. I don't think I've seen all of it, just because I'm lazy.
And also there's some that I started watching.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I don't have to watch this episode, and I moved ahead.
If Jambalaya Jake or Tusker Nini were there, I usually stopped.
Well, naturally I don't remember if it was a Tusker Nini episode.
What was it about? We like Dr. Fossil, the pterodactyl. The scientist who turned himself into a pterodactyl.
But, yeah, there's some episodes that I'm just like, no.
Nah.
No.
I'm
no,
good.
thank you. But Try Hard is not one of them.
No, we will keep harping on Dry Hard, and having rewatched some Darkwing episodes, I am more fervently going to harp on how good Dry Hard is.
It's just really good. It's
really
funny.
Good. It's so funny. I think we just talked about this, so we think it's probably the best villain introductory episode.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean...
Yeah. I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, this villain's really good.
Yeah.
Can you show me more episodes, Anna? Because this is the first time I've ever watched Darkwing Duck. And you're like, there are none.
There aren't any. No other episode focuses on Liquidator or has him as the main villain.
No. And you can imagine my disappointment. I've never recovered.
Because introductory episodes, if you have not watched Darkwing Duck, why the fuck are you listening to us? But no, if you haven't really watched too much of Darkwing Duck, Quackerjack is introduced in the episode Whiffle While You Work. I can't Google it. I can't remember the episode number. I'm sorry. Bushroot is introduced in Beauty and the Beet. Liquidator, obviously Dry Hard. Megavolt, fucking forgot Megavolt. His origin, I know the first episode he shows up in is Duck Blind, but I think his probably a good villain origin would be, what do you think, the Clash reunion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where, spoilers, you learned him and Darkwing went to high school together.
It's a fun episode,
It is
honestly.
fun. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Dry Hard is on a whole other level. It's so good. It's hard to it's I don't know, like it's almost, I don't know if meta is the right word.
A bit. Yeah, it's a little bit meta. I mean, I also just really enjoy, like, Darkwing's snarkiness through the whole episode. It's really funny.
It's one of the many times he thinks or he does kill one of his villains.
Yeah.
He also thinks he murdered Bushroot in at the end of Beauty and the Beat. They assume he's dead at the end of that one.
Yeah.
And they just go about their day.
Well, he goes about his day in Try Hard, too.
Yes. He sends a man to his death, Joker style, and immediately flees the scene.
But yeah, that's what we're doing.
Well, we're not talking about Darkwing Duck. Well, we are, but not in that sense today.
Yeah.
Today we are talking about Let's Get Dangerous Part 2. Season 3, Episode 13. Our story, like last time I said, I'm just going... The credits weren't split between episodes. I'm just going to list off everybody again who worked on both. So our story is by Frank Angonis, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Makelhays, Ben Simon, and Bob Snow. It was written by Frank Angonis and Colleen Evanson. The storyboards are by Stephanie Gonzaga, Catherine Marusik, Crystal Ureta, Matthew Carbonella, Ben Holm, Rachel Pike, Sam King, Stephen Park, Brandon Warren, Haley Foster, Diana Hugh, and Jake Wyatt. And this episode was directed by either Matthew Humphreys or Jason Zurich. If I mispronounce any of those names, that is my bad. Mm-hmm. I just had to read them aloud. And for our watches, we have Matilda McDuck watch. Mm-hmm. Not yet.
Not yet.
But soon. Relatively. And our, It's a Me Benzino watch.
Hey, everybody. I'm here.
Was that good? Was that a good...
Yeah, I can't even shove you. Usually shove you.
I practiced that in the car, so...
It's perfect.
Thank you.
He's not here.
No, he's not. I don't know if I made that clear. He's not here. And, blah, 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 blah. It is now time for the game show within our podcast. It is now time for Duck or False. Alright, Faby, for your Duck or False question. Canonically, Quackerjack has the highest kill count out of anyone in the Fearsome Five.
False.
Yeah, that is false. You know what the correct answer is.
It's Bushroot. That dweeb. Bushroot.
Yes. As confirmed by Tad Stones on Twitter, Bushroot has the highest kill count. He's murdered the most people.
Yeah.
Which,
can you believe it?
I believe it. That guy's a dark side.
I mean, yeah.
Ooh,
he's also such a dweeb.
He is. He's a complete loser. But I think, a really good Bushroot episode is Slime Okay, You're Okay.
Oh, yeah.
That episode takes a turn, like, two-thirds of the way in.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, he's kind of pathetic. I can feel for him.
He just wants a friend.
Yeah. No, don't trust the man. Don't trust
him.
the plant man.
This man experimented on himself. He is a unstable plant man.
Yeah, so. But it's fun episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, Twin Beaks, where you see his dead, desiccated Laura Palmer plastic-wrapped corpse.
Yeah.
A couple times.
He doesn't do anything because he's dead.
Yes, he's dead for most of the episode. Yeah, also very good episode. We're just gonna be like recommending episodes of Darkwing Duck today. And the main episode we're recommending is Let's Get Dangerous.
Hey, it's on YouTube actually. For free.
It is on YouTube. If you are someone who is not in the know, it is for free on the YouTube. Alrighty, so how does part 2 start?
So we start with a shot of St. Canard, and then we pan to the bridge that is being overtaken by, like, vines, basically.
Yes, like massive, like Jack and the Beanstalk vines.
Yeah, and we see that Gizmo Duck is trying to, like, fight this vine creature, and it's Bushroot,
Yeah, I fucking forgot Bushroot is up there.
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was, like, controlling them from afar, and I'm like, oh, no, shit, there he is. Like, I guess planting the seeds of descent. I don't know.
Blocking the way, basically, right? As well.
Yes, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
into
fuck
the
me.
city.
Yes. Yeah, so these giant fuck-off vines, like, yeah, basically blocking the way in and out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
And Owlson is like a special news bulletin, and Owlson is addressing the city about the fact that there are supervillains on the loose in St. Canard.
Yeah, because, like, an interdimensional rift was opened. Mm-hmm. So these 4 supervillains from Darkwing Duck, you know, the old TV show, like, have come into the city to, like, you know, destroy it, basically. Mm-hmm. And she's urging citizens to stay in their homes, because even though the police are overwhelmed, you know, Darkwing Duck can handle it. Like, when there's trouble, you call DW.
Basically asking Darkwing to come help them.
Yeah.
It's like these villains from the show you're cosplaying from. So, can you help us out? And in Darkwing Tower, like 20 feet from where the giant vines are. I guess they're lucky Busher didn't choose their tower to attack from. Darkwing, Launchpad, and Goslin are watching this news bulletin.
Mm-hmm. And Goslin's, like, very excited. She's like, okay, you know, like, come on, Darkwing, like, what's the plan? What are we gonna do now? And Launchpad's also like, yeah, like, Darkwing has been waiting for this moment his entire life. And then Darkwing, like, is, like, his hat's, like, covering his eyes. He, like, very dramatically turns the chair because he's, like, watching the screen to face them. And he's like, well, you know, like, I've been considering it very carefully, but I've come to the conclusion that we're doomed.
Yes, and he jumps out of his chair screaming and trips on his cape. Which,
that cape is really screwing him over.
It is, completely. I'm like, dude, you gotta do something about that. Like, I mean, when he's, like, in the zone, it works for him, but I guess when he's just being dramatic, he becomes clumsy. But yeah, so very real reaction to these 4 legitimate supervillains. They're not, like, actors that have been plucked. They've been taken from the reality where Darkwing Duck is real. Mm-hmm. And now he has to fight them. After presumably having never fought a supervillain before. Yeah,
like, he doesn't have any experience.
No. Goslin has to drag him back into his seat.
And Wanda, like, even is like, oh, wow, like, this isn't good.
No. Goslin slaps him.
Oh, no. Yeah, she's like, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, like, you know, the city's in trouble, my grandfather's still missing, like, you wanted to fight crime, so here's your chance. And yeah, that's when Darkwing is like, no, but, like, those are super villains, like, they have superpowers and everything.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just a dude in cosplay.
Honestly.
Very expensive cosplay, but cosplay nonetheless. And then they get a call from Fenton.
Yeah.
Yes, who is calling from inside the Gizmo suit. But it pops up looking like Iron Man. Like Iron Man's is it his heads-up display that the Iron Man has.
You know, he's trying to communicate with Darkwing, but Darkwing's like, oh, we're a little bit busy right now.
No, he brushes him off entirely. Yeah. It's the funniest shit, because assuming Gizmo Duck wants his help.
Yeah.
Because we see he's being attacked by these vines. Mm-hmm. And he lets Darkwing just brush him off. He's like, oh yeah, no, yeah, you can call me back later.
He specifically says, I'm flexible, and that's when he's being, like, pulled apart.
Yeah, like the medieval torture thing that, stretches you.
Darkwing, this is Fenton. I've been going over...
Yeah, we're kind of busy right now. Can we call you back?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm flexible.
Oh, Fenton, you dug this grave yourself.
He's too nice.
He's too nice. Then, so Launchpad starts freaking out.
Yeah.
Blaming himself because every day he wishes that the Darkwing Duck show was real. Now it's become true.
Yeah, and I I'm a dramatic person, so I love how dramatic Launchpad and Darkwing get in this moment. Because, yeah, like, Darkwing runs up to Launchpad, grabbing him from, like, the jacket, the lapels, and he's like, why have dreams if they're just gonna turn into nightmares?
Every day I wake up and wish that the Darkwing Duck TV show was real, and today that wish came true.
Why have dreams when they all turn into nightmares?
Both of you get a hold of yourselves!
The voice acting is, I mean, always very good, but Christine Mentopoulos always delivers really well.
It's so good.
Always very good. And so Goslin has to, like, calm them both down. You both get a fucking grip.
Uh-huh.
And she basically, she's like, it's no big deal. Like, here, like, let's go look, let's see what these villains are. So they pull up security footage from, like, all over the city from when the villains emerged and started just wreaking havoc all over. And the person who is experiencing all these villain attacks is the unluckiest cop in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's
then
bonkers.
Who is he?
Bonkers. Bonkers D. Bobcat from...
Yeah.
I forgot to look up the year it came out. The show Bonkers. 1990... Oh, I'm gonna guess 4. Maybe. I think it's pre-Gargoyles. Maybe.
No idea. I try to know as little as I can about Bonkers.
Why? Because he's a traitor?
Because of many things.
He's a traitor. Oh, yeah. Many reasons. One of them being that he's a traitor to Toonkind.
Yeah.
What do you know about Bonkers?
Can you believe the first time I really heard about Bonkers was when we were in that, what is it called? Oh my god, when we were at the convention.
The DisneyCon?
No.
Anime Expo.
No. When we met people. The little conference that we had before, like, at Zach Anime.
Oh, wait. Yes.
Yes, and someone asked him to do the voice of Bonkers, and he did it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
that was the first time I experienced...
Yeah.
That was Zach Anime. That was the first time I experienced Bonkers.
Experienced Bonkers.
And there's a song, Bonkers, that's way better than anything this cartoon probably ever did.
Once upon a time in Toontown, there was a cat who had it all. Fortune and fame, top of the game, up until he hit the wall. I could sing the whole song, but I'll stop.
Why?
The theme song's good.
Actually, yeah, I also, like, listened to Sarah and Michael's Save Christmas. They did the Bonkers episode. So I listened to that. That's the only Bonkers I've ever experienced so far.
I watched, like, a third of the first episode. And then, I don't know why I stopped. We'll get to it. We'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
In Amor Patos Face the Disney Afternoon.
Hell yeah.
Eventually.
Way
down the line. That's all I have to say about Bonkers. Anyway, he's being attacked by the Fearsome Four.
And it's funny.
It is.
Because first he opens Jack in the Box, and it's obviously, you know, Quacker Jack.
Yeah.
And Goslin's like a clown.
Yes, with cartoon bombs.
Yeah.
Like, what do you even call those? They're like the cartoon bombs.
Yeah, I don't know what else I would call them.
With like the fuses and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Cartoon bombs. And then we see a park where he is being asphyxiated by mushrooms.
Who, like, legitimately looks kind of scary, like, found footage-y.
No, yeah. Like, he looks much more... I mean, he's more based on, like, the swamp thing. So he looks creepy, and he, like, smiles as he's choking.
The life out of Bonkers.
And then we see, like, Bonkers is maybe, like, in the break room or something at the police station.
Oh, and Gauze is like a house plant.
About Bushroot, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Liquidator bursts out of a cup of water he's about to drink.
Yeah, and that's what Gosling says, actually. He's just a cup of water.
Yes, who punches Bonkers out of frame. And then he's, like, replacing a light bulb on, like a street lamp, because he's a good guy, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know anything about Bonkers. When he's electrocuted by Megavolt.
Yes, and Gosling just says, "Yikes!"
Yeah, she's like, "Yeah, I don't know how to tone that one down." He literally just shoots lightning at you.
Yeah. Also, like, I mean, he's a rat to me. He's a rat.
He's a rat.
He's a rat.
He's
okay.
too small to be a dog.
Yes.
He's a rat.
He's a rat. Okay. But yeah, Gosling's like, it's gonna be easy, you know, like, all we have to do is, like, kick some villain ass, just break into Bulba's lab again, you know, open a transdimensional rift, and get my grandpa back.
Yeah, no sweat.
We've done it before. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's, like, ignoring all the danger. She's, like, desperate to get her grandfather back, but also, she doesn't really understand, I guess, the extent of the danger. Maybe since all these villains are from a cartoon, from a show, and she's like, yeah, it's fine.
Darkwing is immediately like, this isn't like last time, like, the lab is under serious lockdown now, because what are we gonna do, like, beat up a supervillain and, like, tell him, like, to let us in?
Yeah, make him let us in.
Yeah.
And Gosling's like, yeah, basically, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkwing sees, I mean, he's overwhelmed by all this, and he especially doesn't want Gosling to get hurt, because she's not taking it seriously.
No, like, she keeps insisting that she, like, can handle herself.
Yeah.
Because he tries to tell her, yeah, like, this is an important thing that we're doing, but we have to be careful.
And Launchpad, because Darkwing's saying it's too dangerous for Gosling, he's saying that how, in his experience, kids are, like, the best adventurers in a family.
Yeah. And then he gets really excited because he's like, oh, like, that's what we need, an adventure family.
Yes, and he assigns them all roles.
Yeah. So Gosling gets to be the Dewey, Darkwing gets to be the Launchpad, and Launchpad gets to be the single most important member of the family. The uncle.
The uncle. And he acts, like, all rickety, and then, like, he says both bless my bag, bless, I can't do the accent, and phooey, so quoting both Scrooge and Donald.
Gosling, you're the Dewey. Lucky, Darkwing, you're the Launchpad. And I'll be the single most important member of the family, the uncle. Bless me bagpipes. Phooey.
Sorry, still looking for my real family. Don't need a new one.
I have teared up about this Launchpad moment.
Say words. Say more words.
He just wants family. He wants his own family.
Okay, I mean, in the articles leading up to this episode's release, I think, like, the Entertainment Weekly, I know, was one where Frank Angonis and Matt Youngberg were both interviewed. They talked about how, I mean, this was, like, the setup, like, this is the beginning of, I mean, Launchpad wanting to start his own family. Like, I mean, he's been part, obviously, of the McDuck family this whole time, and, like, seeing that, like, being a part of that family kind of, like, made him want to start his own. And, I mean, he assigns himself the paternal role. Because, I mean, there aren't really dads in DuckTales. Like, at least not part of the main cast. We got moms and we got uncles. With Scrooge and Donald both serving as a father figure role. I mean, the only dads we got are Gyro.
The best dad.
Gyro?
The best dad. No, I was not talking about Gyro.
No, Gyro?
Goofy.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. I literally forgot Goofy. I'm the worst. The best dad in Disney canon, and I forgot him.
Wow.
I'm ashamed, honestly, that I forgot
But you know
Goofy.
what? Goofy would forgive you, because he's a sucker.
He would. It makes it even worse. I was gonna say Violet's dad. That's how, like, fucking far left field I was. Forgot Goofy, and I brought up the two gay dads who get 10 seconds of screen time. And lest we forget, Glomgold. And his dear son,
You caught me
Shark
mid-sip
Bomb.
of water.
I know I did.
Oh, Shark Mom.
Rest in peace? Is he dead?
Maybe? Who knows?
Who knows? But back on topic. This episode has Launchpad taking on a paternal role in this not quite family. They're not quite there yet. Which I really like.
He really wants them to be.
Yes. Or he very much wants a family. And we see here... I mean, the bond between them... I mean, the bond with him and Darkwing's already solid. But,
yeah.
With the three of them, we see it only grows. Anyway. Alert!
Yeah, I wanted to interrupt this moment by telling them that she's located a supervillain in the abandoned toy warehouse district. And she questions, like, the need for a district, which, fair.
I was like, why the fuck is that a thing? But, so we were on the abandoned toy warehouse district.
Yeah.
It's like something from the Adam West Batman. Like, the street would be called Abandoned Toy Warehouse District.
Like, I know, like, here in LA, we have a toy district.
Excuse?
But it's not really a toy district, to be honest.
What is it?
It's more of, like party supply district, to be honest.
Huh.
There's a lot of, like, party supply stores.
Yeah.
And, like, piñata sellers. Like, my dad works at the produce district, which is right next to the toy district. So
maybe it used to be toys.
Yeah, I guess,
like toy factories or something.
Probably. Or you could at least sell them, like, in bulk. Like, I know, like, that's where people go if they want to buy, like, cheap, like, gift basket, like, grab bag toys to put into things. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, toy district as a kid always sounded a lot cooler.
Yeah. Abandoned toy district sounds even cooler.
Hell yeah.
That's where the Joker hides out.
Oh, God.
Or in this case, Quackerjack.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
'Cause we're superheroes, right?
Okay then. Let's get dangerous.
Yeah!
In the safest way possible.
Ew.
So Darkwing, like, kind of begrudgingly agrees to go and check it out. Launchpad jumps into the sidecar and, like, he like, puts Goslin next to him while she's looking all angry. And also puts the helmet on her.
Yeah, that's very
Just
cute.
her. Because we only got to protect the kids' brains. Darkwing doesn't get his nerdy his nerdy 90s helmet.
Oh my god, I love that helmet though. He never wants to wear it either.
But then he dies in an episode and he learns his lesson about helmet safety. Watch Dead Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Honestly, it's
I can't
trip.
believe the episode was just called Dead Duck. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, he's dead. What do you want?
Darkwing, Goslin, Launchpad peel out in the Ratcatcher, and we see left on the screen, like a news thing. It looks like a news, missing poster, Amber Alert.
I mean, it would be an Amber Alert.
So Scrooge, Huey, Dewey, and Louie are all missing.
Yeah.
Which I guess that implies it's been at least a good couple hours to a day since the portal opened, right? Since the end of part 1. Mm-hmm. If you're going to the length of saying they're missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because time's kind of screwy in this episode.
It really is. I think we have a question about it, but I don't really get a sense of the time other than probably a couple of days.
Yeah, no, I think it's confirmed it's been a couple days. Yeah. But, like, it's told to us.
Yeah.
and then, like, the missing thing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to wait a while before you declare someone missing.
Yeah. Now I'm upset we don't get to see Donald, because, like, his kid, and Della, because the kids are missing.
It's like, they're just chilling at home, and then it's like, breaking news, St. Canard is under attack. Scrooge McDuck, the richest duck in the world, and his nephews are missing.
Excuse me.
Like, can you imagine? And then they can't even get to St. Canard.
Yeah.
It's giant fuck-off vines blocking the way.
Donald would have been there attacking those vines.
Yes, he would have.
Yeah. So, no.
He would have done it faster than Gizmo does.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so
Yeah.
we see where Huey, Dewey, and Louie at least are.
Yes. They're being put into one of those Hannibal Lecter jails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like
clear.
a Magneto cell.
Yeah.
It's like a all clear plastic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that hard plastic you can't get out of. So the kids all get thrown in, and I mean Huey's warning Bulba that that every time you activate the ramrod, you're tearing apart reality.
Yeah.
And Bulba doesn't care.
No, he's like, like you have to tear things down before you make something new. And he's just like cackles away.
Yeah, he like strolls out. He doesn't care. He's not like accepting the reality we see of what's happening.
Yeah.
Like I mean, who knows what'll happen if like reality does tear itself apart? Like maybe do we all die? What happens? Who knows?
Who knows? He doesn't care.
No, yeah, he's acting like he can like control it somehow.
Yeah. Which I'm like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, Film and television has led me to believe that is false.
Yeah, you will be the first to die, most likely.
Yeah. And in our last episode, I mispronounced the voice actor's name. It's James Eigelhart. I said Engelhart because I always put an N in his name for some reason, in his last name when there is not one. Mm-hmm. It's James Eigelhart, so that's on me.
Yeah.
I wanted to quickly correct myself.
Hey. But yeah, Louis, like, he's like, to his brothers, he's like, I don't think I like him anymore.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
Okay.
This is what it took. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know, I don't think we said, that they don't know where Scrooge is.
Oh, yeah, they don't. So, towards Bulba, he leaves into his office, and there waiting for him is our favorite buzzard.
Yes.
Bradford. Who's not happy at all.
The other two are clones? Sorry, off topic. Do you think the other two are clones? The other two buzzards?
I had never thought about it.
They've never spoken, really. But, I mean, they're always there, and they are, I guess, his fellow heads of F.O.W.L.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about this now. I'm like, who the fuck are those guys? And why are they also vultures?
I hadn't even thought about it. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the fact that they, like, haven't really been involved in anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, we might get into this more in the first adventure episode where we see Bradford's origins, but I'm like, who the fuck are those guys, though?
Honestly, yeah, because, we don't see them talk or anything, and they haven't been involved in, like, any of the future episodes we've seen with F.O.W.L.
No. So I'm like, who are they?
Who are you?
Who are you people?
But Bulba returns to his office and finds Bradford angrily waiting for him. Because Taurus Bulba is a F.O.W.L agent.
Yeah.
Or at least an asset. Like, he was hired by F.O.W.L.
Mm-hmm. And he was hired for the Solego circuit.
Yeah.
He was hired to crack it as part of, like, F.O.W.L's master plan, is what he says.
Yes, whatever that plan is. But, which is interesting, since in the last episode, Huey thinks that Waddlemeyer accidentally discovered the Solego circuit. Yeah. And it's like, nah. Like, I guess Bulba pawned it off on Waddlemeyer.
Yeah, because he was probably like, I can't do it.
No, I'm not smart enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my smarter partner do it.
I mean, Bradford gets more interesting with each appearance we get of his. Because we're getting bit by bit more of what his plan is, like what his aim is, I guess, with F.O.W.L.
Mm-hmm.
His goal is to control chaos.
Yeah.
But what Bulba is doing is chaos, like, unrestrained.
Bulba's like, this is a huge opportunity for us to take over the world. It's a bold way to do it. Bradford is like, no, like, this is not how things work in the real world.
Yeah, which, I mean, I know, Bradford is definitely my favorite villain, especially as we get more of him. I mean, Glumgold is always my favorite villain, but my favorite real villain is definitely Bradford. Because with him, we're getting the payoff we never got with Magica and especially Lunaris.
Yes.
Like, Lunaris talked big game and then did not carry out anything that he said. Mm-mm. Meanwhile, Bradford, we're getting a lot.
Yeah.
And like he said, like, this isn't how things work in the real world. Mm-hmm. Because, like you're saying, at F.O.W.L, they aren't supervillains. That's what he keeps insisting. Because supervillains' plans always fail. Mm-hmm. Like Heron's plans, Steelbeak's plans. I mean, every villain we've seen, like in Glom Tales, they always fail. Yeah, it's interesting just because Bradford is operating on a level above the cartoon villain.
Yeah, I think it's very, like, I don't know, like, not realistic, but like to him it's more realistic. Yeah, like in universe, it's like the realistic, like the proper thing that should be done in a sense, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and we are seeing in universe all these other villains' plans constantly fail. His insistence that they're not supervillains, he wants to take over the world basically to make it safe.
Yeah.
Like, he wants to reign in chaos. He doesn't want to make more of it, like basically every other villain wants to. Like Bulba wants to.
Yeah.
Bulba, like, wants to control the chaos, which is not possible.
No. And Bulba gets mad.
This is not how things work in the real world.
You're just like Scrooge, and Thad, and his granddaughter, and that coward Darkwing Duck, too afraid to embrace a daring new vision.
Mm-hmm. And as he's saying this, like, we're in the office, obviously, looking down, and he, like, makes eye contact with the Liquidator, and he, like, nods, like, come up here.
Yeah, he signals him to come up. And it's Liquidator, Quackerjack, and Megavolt standing by the ramrod. But Bradford's insisting, though, like, this is way too risky. Like, if Scrooge's family finds out what we're up to, they could expose F.O.W.L entirely.
And yeah, he again insists, like, we are not supervillains. And I love this because, like, Bulba turns, he's like, well, too bad, you know, because here at Bulba Supervillain Solutions, we are.
Yeah. And the doors open on either side of Bradford to reveal Liquidator on one side and Megavolt and Bushroot on the other.
And yeah, he, like, sees Liquidator, so he tries to run out the other door, and he gets electrocuted.
Yes, and he's now unconscious on the ground.
Yeah.
So this is, so we have 3 of the Fearsome Four officially in DuckTales now. Where previously we'd only seen them briefly in show in Darkwing Duck and Beware the Buddy System. Mm-hmm. And it was super cool to see them. Oh my goodness. They all look great, for one. They all look great.
They look fab. Love the glow-ups.
Yes. In the original series, Megavolt was voiced by Dan Castellaneta from The Simpsons. Liquidator was voiced by Jack Angel. And Bushroot was voiced by Tino Insana. Tino Insana has since passed away, and I think that's part of why Bushroot is now mute, why he doesn't speak. As we've said before, they've also given him a more of a Swamp Thing vibe, which, Bushroot needed. Yeah. He was never very scary in the original series.
Oh, that's okay. I don't know why I thought I could have any friends anyway. I guess I'm just a silly old mutant plant duck.
Hey, come on, you're making me sick. Careful.
He always kind of looks and acts like a celery stick. You know?
Bland and tasteless.
Bland and tasteless. No nutritional value whatsoever.
And here, both Megavolt and Liquidator are both voiced by Keith Ferguson.
Mm.
So that's the same guy that voices Glomgold. His range is
honestly
amazing. He does a great job as Megavolt. Like, he sounds almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he's shocked! Get it? 'Cause I electrocuted him.
And while Bradford's lying on the ground unconscious, Bulb was like, all right, what should we do now? And everyone just kind of looks around, like, I'm not really sure. The Liquidator raises his hand with a suggestion.
Mm-hmm. He's like, we could try to kill Darkwing Duck.
I guess, yeah, to prove they mean business or something.
Yeah.
Bulb slaps him on the shoulder and it passes through because he's made of water. Gives Liquidator the new role of vice president and tells him to go find Darkwing and kill him.
Yeah, holy shit. Oh my gosh. And they do. It's fun.
Yeah, they go out. And we see in the abandoned toy warehouse district, specifically a warehouse called Cranky Frank's.
And it looks just so haunted. Very haunted.
It looks creepy as hell in here.
Mm-hmm.
There are these giant, like, Jack-in-the-Box faces.
Yeah.
It's dark, obviously. Giant gumball machine.
Like a rubber duck. Like a duck on wheels. Like a wooden duck on wheels.
And,
Are those, like, giant jacks?
Oh, yeah, like, hanging from the ceiling.
That could kill a man.
That would kill a man. You either crushed or stabbed to death.
Yeah.
Or both.
Both. Jeez.
Soon this whole city will be my playground! Quackerjack, Darkwing's most dangerous toy-based villain.
Cool, interesting. Let's go beat him up and force him to get us into Bulba's lab.
Whoa.
Quackerjack retains the same voice actor. It's Michael Bell.
Hey.
And so it was super great to hear him again as Quackerjack. Mm-hmm. And we see on it was like scaffolding and stuff. We see Darkwing, Launchpad, and Goslin like watching Quackerjack from above, trying to figure out what to do.
And Darkwing is like, Quackerjack, Darkwing's most dangerous toy-based villain.
Yeah, I love he inserts the most dangerous toy-based villain.
And Goslin's very like, okay, cool, interesting, let's go beat him up.
Let's go beat him up.
And yeah, like, Darkwing is like, hold on, like, we can't just run in there, like, we need to have a plan. So he turns to Launchpad, he's like, what's your read on the situation?
Yeah, because Goslin literally starts to run off.
Yeah.
So he grabs her by the back of her hoodie and is holding on to her by the hoodie.
As he tries to, like, form a plan with Launchpad, but Launchpad is too focused on family, dad, uncle mode.
Yes, because he brought some snacks. Mm-hmm. But Darkwing clarifies, no, like, what should we do about Quackerjack? As Goslin starts to unzip her top jacket.
Yeah.
She can sneak out.
Which I feel like so many kids do that, like, on TV. I want to try it one day. Just... But yeah.
Gotta wear double jackets.
Yeah. So Launchpad is like, okay, like, this reminds me of a Darkwing Duck episode. And they're such dweebs.
This scene is just you and me, like, talking about anything.
We've also literally cosplayed these characters multiple times. Everyone always thinks I'm Chip, but...
Oh god, people are dumb.
Like, even the ginger wig did not help.
No, people are... It's like she's with Darkwing! Who do you think?
But yeah.
If you don't follow us on Twitter, follow us.
Yeah.
Because you can also see our obviously not recent, but our cosplay pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Among other things.
Amongst other things. And yeah.
Like fan art, and that we retweet, and news.
Yeah.
Yeah, this scene is what people think our conversations are like.
And they're right. They are.
They are. But I really like this scene because Darkwing asks Launchpad for his input.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, not to keep harping and comparing it to Darkwing Duck, the original Darkwing Duck series, but that Darkwing would never do that.
Mm-mm. Darkwing always knows what he has to do.
Yeah, and when he fucks up, it's not his fault.
No.
And they don't notice. So Darkwing's still holding on to Goslin's jacket, not noticing that she has snuck down the stairs, down to the main level of the warehouse.
They're too busy being dorks. I love them.
Fanboys. Back at the lab. McDuck Labs, sure. Mm-hmm. We see Bradford being thrown into one of the cells.
Yeah. He's, like, demanding that they let him out. Because, you know, mark his word, they'll face the wrath of. And he gets interrupted by the
he almost
kids.
spills the beans.
Yeah. But, like, right across from him are the triplets.
Yeah. In the same kind of clear Hannibal Lecter prison, like you said. Louis picking the lock.
Yeah.
Proving that he had since learned to pick a lock.
I love that.
From way back in episode, was it 3?
Was it? Oh my god.
What was that episode even called? All I remember is our name for it. Little Bulb is a little bitch.
I have since felt bad about that title. But...
I don't. It's funny. I want to say episode 3.
I think it was.
No, the dime one.
Yeah. We could Google it, but we're not.
Not gonna bother. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the kids are questioning why Bradford is here.
Yeah. And, you know, Bradford is like, oh, you know, I saw, like, all the chaos that was happening, and I was concerned about your dear Uncle Scrooge.
Huey smells bullshit.
Yeah. And he's like, I know why you're really here. And Bradford's like, oh, like, panic,
like, oh,
you know.
Shit, what? How? But no, he thinks that he only came because he was worried about this whole ordeal costing McDuck Enterprise money.
Yeah.
And Bradford's like, oh, ho, ho, am I that obvious? Ho, ho.
And so at that moment, Louis, like, manages to unlock the door.
Yeah, both cells.
Yeah.
And the kids run off.
Yeah.
And Bradford is like, shouldn't we stay put?
Mm-hmm. He's like, you're just kids.
Are we sure that's a good idea? You're just children.
You coming?
Yes, of course, because you are clearly rescuing me.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to go towards the danger.
No. And, like, I love, like, that shot of, like, he's still standing next to the cell, and the kids are gone.
Yeah.
They're, like, down the hall.
Yeah, we see, on his, like, lapel, he has a little communicator, which he uses to contact Karen. He tells her to, like, I think sends, like, an extraction team to get him out of here. Well, he's stuck with the kids.
Yeah.
I really, really like this team up, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Bradford with the kids. This episode is what made Bradford my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I mean, as soon as, like, he, like, more, like, a little bit later, but, like, I was just like, you're different, huh? Like, that was, like, my thought. Like, okay.
Yeah, like, a little bit later, I'm like, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, this is new.
Yeah. So, the kids and Bradford head out.
Yes.
And we return back to the abandoned toy warehouse.
And Quacker Jack's gone.
Yeah.
And Goslin is kicking around Mr. Banana Brain.
Which, no, cursed.
Oh god, I wouldn't want to go near that thing.
No.
And Darkwing obviously noticed.
Yeah.
She was gone.
She's still not taking it that seriously, because she's like, Darkwing, stand back! I wouldn't want you to slip on this. You know?
Picks up Mr. Banana Brain. And Darkwing takes Mr. Banana Brain from her and hands her back her jacket, and you know he kept the Mr. Banana Brain.
Probably.
He kept it.
He kept that. Oh, God.
He's too much of a nerd not to.
It looks so cursed. I've always hated how it looks.
To drop into the Darkwing Duck episode, the haunting of Mr. Banana Brain.
Yes.
Where Mr. Banana Brain, the doll, literally gets possessed by a demon. Fun
That's
times.
such a funny episode.
It's so funny. It's horrifying. But it's great.
And Darkwing is like, okay, like, I'm the hero. I'm trying to protect you guys. Like, I'm trying to keep you safe. And she's like, from the banana? Like, I don't really need you to, like, take care of me.
Like you said, it's her continued insistence that she doesn't need anyone looking after her.
Mm-hmm. And we have Launchpad doing one of my bad habits, writing on my hand.
Then, after a commercial for juice boxes, it's revealed the Toy Army was a distraction from something. Oh, it was a giant robot.
So obviously, they all jump back in the rat catcher and they are driving away from this thing.
Yeah.
And Goslin is like, why aren't you going and fighting it?
Yeah.
And Fenton, poor Fenton, calls Darkwing again. Like, you think his load would be lighter with another superhero?
Yeah.
Darkwing keeps shutting him down. It is a bit nicer here. He says buddy. He calls Fenton buddy before he shuts down the call. Because, yeah, they're literally, like, bouncing on rooftops, trying to get away from the giant Quackerjack robot.
I love this scene because, they're, like, bouncing off rooftops, and you just get, like, the shot of just how big the robot is compared to everything else.
Yeah, compared to the buildings.
Yeah. And, like, he's just stepping over, like, bridges, and you see a shot of Quackerjack, like...
Yeah, inside controlling it, and the levers and shit make no sense.
No, but that's what the inside of my brain looks like.
A rubber chicken, a snow globe, a hamster wheel.
It's just a tiny me pulling the levers.
Yeah, so it's chaos.
Yeah.
And he starts firing cannons at them. Like one of the teeth of the robot lifts, and it's firing cannons through there. Mm-hmm. And then in a classic move, Darkwing drives them under a bridge, and he hides in like a
little
alcove. Alcove.
Okay.
Is that how you pronounce that? There's like a hiding spot in the bridge. You know, like classic move.
Yeah.
Where Quackerjack can't see them.
Mm-hmm. And we get this, like, cool shot of, like, you know, the big robot, like, peering into the tunnel. And, he can't see them, so...
So he walks off to keep looking. And so we see, Darkwing, he turns the Batcatcher, like, the lights back on. And, Gosling's upset that they lost Quackerjack.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, we lost our chance to get at Bulba. And Darkwing is like, what were we supposed to do? Like, fight it, like, one-on-one?
Yeah, it's a giant... robot.
Yeah, and he asks her, like, what fantasy are you living in? And this is where Launchpad talks about orange slices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he has an uncle list.
Yeah.
Where he's keeping track of, snacks mostly. Yeah. So this is just another moment of, Darkwing and Gosling butting heads. Mm-hmm. Because she's like not accepting the reality of how dangerous this is. She's dead set on just getting back her grandfather and not taking into account all of these very real dangers.
Yeah, or like the fact that like, Darkwing is like, you know, a superhero, but he doesn't have any powers. Like, he is, again, just a dude in a good costume, like cosplay.
Yeah. Who can fight good.
Yeah, he can fight good, but he can't fight a 30-foot metal robot.
No. And then adding to the fact that he's, like, just getting started.
Yeah.
And, Liquidator heard their Launchpad say that they were dehydrated.
Yeah.
He, like, just passes down the street on a tidal wave.
Yeah. And I love how quippy he is, because he's like...
Make money from home by having your home destroyed! Ask me how!
What's Liquidator? And Goslin jumps out of the sidecar with her crossbow to chase down Liquidator, and I'm like, girl, he's made of water.
He's made of water. What are you gonna do?
Arrows aren't gonna do shit.
No, they're gonna pass through them. That's it.
You need a really big sponge. You need to get some trick arrows. Stick a sponge on it.
What's the chamois called?
ShamWow.
ShamWow.
You need a ShamWow.
So they go after Cause.
No, we see in that quick second as she's running, Darkwing quickly starts up the Ratcatcher, and Launchpad just picks her up off the street.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
We see back at McDuck Labs.
Mm-hmm.
The boys and Bradford are basically wandering the halls trying to find a way out or whatever. Mm-hmm. Everything's locked though. Bradford isn't trying to do anything.
No, he's just slowly walking behind the kids. Mm-hmm. And they go up to another hall.
Yeah,
and
they're at a corner.
Yeah, Dewey starts to make hand signals, and no one really kind of understands what he's trying to say to them. They all shrug.
And then Yeah, they're like, yeah, who cares? Yeah, who knows? And then Naruto runs down the hall.
I literally wrote that down too.
It's important.
It is important.
As Naruto runs, Dewey's talking about how, I mean, he knows that Goslin will be coming back for the Ramrod.
Yeah.
And that Darkwing will be with her. Mm-hmm. And so they just need to get there so that Darkwing and Goslin can help them.
Yeah. Which, I mean, smart plan, Dewey.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm like, damn, Dewey's using observational skill.
Yeah.
And, basic critical thinking, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good job, Dewey.
I'm proud of you, Dewey.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, having, like, a serviceable plan.
Mm-hmm.
And, they get to this door that,
is haunted.
Has vines coming out of it.
Yeah.
So, guess who's in there?
And at first, Louis, like, peeps through, and we have, like, vines and this, like, creature, like, hunched down. So he's, like, almost bent in half, basically.
Yeah, and he's slouched in, like, this one, like, ray of light, and the rest of the room is dark, and just there's vines breaking through the ground and dangling from the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
Yeah. And Louis like, oh, like, this is the one way through, because, it's the only door that's open. But it's like, oh, wait, like, is that, like, a Venus flytrap?
Yeah, and like, what is that?
Yeah. He was like, maybe it's, like, exposed to some growth serum? But
and
no.
Dewey knows exactly who he is.
Yeah.
Because you are the Dewey in this situation, and I am the launchpad who made you watch a lot of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah. It's been a good investment.
I'm glad.
So it's Dr. Reginald Bushroot, who was a prominent scientist that accidentally turned into a plant monster, and that the vines are part of his root system. So if they trigger them, he's going to know that they're there.
But Bradford wants him to just stay put.
Yeah.
Besides, we can handle it. We are adventurers!
Well, Sonny, did you ever consider that not everything should be a fun adventure?
Nerd.
All the time, but no one listens, so it's no use.
Bradford, bit by bit, we see is kind of revealing his true feelings about the family and their whole deal.
He hates them.
He hates them with a passion. Especially the children.
It's so funny to me that he calls Huey Sonny.
Yeah, very awkwardly. Yeah, so they head in.
Mm-hmm.
Into this horrible vine-infested room with Shrew just slumped over lifelessly.
It's so,
But I like basically up until now, they're just treating Bradford like their uncle's weird, like, coworker.
Yeah.
Especially Dewey. I really like this scene because he's, obviously he's creating his own theme song as he's avoiding the vines. And he like, throws the saxophone bit to Bradford.
Yeah. He just kind of like, oh yeah, like, you're part of, like, the family or part of the group, Yeah.
Bradford's communication device, his little communicator, does not have a low volume setting.
Yeah, or like an earpiece. It's just like a little like
earpiece. It's literally
speaker,
just a microphone. Yeah, microphone speaker thing on his lapel, and you hear Black Heron start talking.
But like they're almost there, basically, to extract him.
And Huey notices
and the kids
most
obviously
of all.
Hear it. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, but Huey's the most immediately like suspicious. Bradford quickly yanks off the what are we calling this? His communicator. He quickly yanks it off his jacket, and he does play the saxophone in a very monotone voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then Dewey was doing so well.
He was. Up until now, he was doing so well.
Yeah, because then he joins in on the sex duet and trips over the vines, obviously.
Duet.
Isn't it enough that I got classified as the Dewey?
It means I'm the Webby, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, that's fine, but I got diagnosed theater kid.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I wasn't even in theater, but I was,
You were in choir.
I was
close
in choir.
enough.
Yeah,
It's close enough.
We were performance choir, so basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so they're running for their lives.
Yeah. Like, we see, oh my god, I forgot his name. Bushra. Reginald.
He wakes up. And he makes this, like, monster roar.
Yeah! Vines immediately go after them. And
only one catches Bradford by the ankle. And, but yeah, I mean, they all manage to get out, and the kids are trying to, like, slam the door on all the vines that are still coming after them. Mm-hmm. And this is when Bradford snaps a bit.
Yes. Because Dewey makes the comment, like, let me guess, like, you've never felt this alive in years. You know, because most of the adults, I guess, have said that one way or another.
Yeah, like, I mean, their family's full of crazy adventurers who love this kind of shit. But obviously Bradford hates it. And we see, like, I guess, why. Mm-hmm. We see why F.O.W.L exists in this rant he has.
If you didn't meddle with forces you didn't understand, magic of the spell would never have broken the bin. The moon would never have invaded Earth, and all of reality wouldn't be in jeopardy. Someone has to put an end to this.
We get his whole reasoning. We see why F.O.W.L exists. Mm-hmm. And it's basically to put an end to what the family's been doing.
Yeah.
Because not just chaos itself, it's this family specifically. This family creates so much chaos that affects the entire world. In, like, a certain light, it does make Bradford more heroic. Like, what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because so much of what, like, the McDuck family does result in horrible chaos. Mm-hmm. Like, they get involved, like I said, in forces they don't understand. Like, magic, they get involved with the moon. Like, Della taking the rocket is what made the moon attack them. It gave them the ability to attack them, to invade.
So if they just stop this family, we can stop meddling into these forces. You can just stop putting people in the world at risk all the time.
Yeah. And I mean, and we get all this because he's, like, it's because Bradford's, like, in a fit of panic. Because he's...
Yeah.
he almost dies. Because, I mean, and we see, I mean, he's not somebody who, like, goes in the field. From what we've seen, he sits in boardrooms. And whether it's F.O.W.L or McDuck Enterprises, he's the guy behind the scenes. He's the guy pulling the strings. Mm-hmm. And here his life is in danger.
Yeah.
And I mean, while he's a good, I guess a good actor would be a way to describe him. Like, having acted as just a member of Scrooge's board. He's not good at, like, lying on the spot.
No.
After his rant, he drops his little communicator. And he, like, makes up this weak-ass lie about, like, being old and not taking his brain medicine.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, you can lie better to these 10-year-olds.
And Dewey, like, with, like, no malice, really. Like, he's like, oh, you know, like, the one in your hand.
The communicator.
The communicator, yes. And Huey, I think, with more malice, because he's starting to notice things about Bradford. Yeah. He's like, why don't you take it right now, then? And he does.
He does. He, like, painfully swallows the communicator.
Yeah.
And it's, with his, like, long vulture neck, it's really awful to watch.
I hate looking at that. So I'm not turning around.
Yeah, Huey's suspicions are not allayed.
I would just said, like, I need some water. I'm not gonna, like, dry swallow a pill.
I know. I'm like, oh god. I mean, that's what makes it worse, because he has to not just... It's not even a pill. He's dry swallowing a piece of metal.
Oh, no.
Awful. And, yeah, there's a lot of detail to him swallowing it. It makes it realistic, but also awful to watch.
It's nasty.
Back at the tower. I guess Goslin got her wish and they did fight Liquidator a bit.
Yeah. Because they're all wet.
Yeah.
And Goslin is, like, very hyped. She's like, you know, like, we're getting close. I can feel it. And Darkwing, like, is, like, wringing out his cape.
And he tells Goslin and Launchpad to get some rest, because he has something he needs to take care of, and he's very vague. But Goslin doesn't want to give up at all.
Yeah. She's like, oh, you know, like, you mean, like, everyone change your clothes, and we're gonna go back out there, you know? Then Launchpad makes a comment that we're ignoring, because I refuse to acknowledge it.
He has other clothes, just not with him.
Okay, good.
We know canonically he has other clothes. He's worn a t-shirt before. I mean, Goslin is dead set on going right back out and...
Yeah.
I mean, fighting a supervillain, getting them to... I guess her plan was just force them to let them into the lab. And while Darkwing insists, I mean, he's doing everything he can... Goslin says he's not doing enough.
Yeah, which I'm like, Gos, he's trying his hard.
Goslin, these people have superpowers.
Yeah.
And she's like rummaging through his stuff. She opens up like a cabinet. And inside this cabinet, he for some reason has the Tron Splitter. Darkwing does. The Tron Splitter showed up in the episode, I can't remember the number, Negaduck. In which Darkwing's personality is split into two. It's split into a very positive and happy and cheerful and loving Darkwing, and then a purely evil, egotistic, narcissistic Darkwing. Like literally, he's physically split into two people. And so I'm like, Darkwing, why the fuck do you have that? I mean, assuming it's the real thing,
yeah,
or if it's a prop. Because from the same cabinet, she pulls out the gas gun.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't even noticed was missing until we see it.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, kudos. Like, this Darkwing has enough personality and character and is interesting enough to make us forget about an integral part of the original Darkwing's whole deal.
Yeah, because even you have one.
I do have a gas gun. I'm very proud of it.
It looks great. But yeah, I actually had not even noticed.
Yeah, and we didn't see it in Duck Knight Returns either, probably because I doubt we're ever going to see the gas gun in action, because it has the word gun in it.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. We'll mourn the gas gun later.
Yeah. So... Goslin is like, after she says that whatever Darkwing is doing isn't enough, she tells Wanda to find another supervillain. And Darkwing is like, Wanda, like, don't answer that. And Wanda's like, don't tell me what to do. Which I love Wanda, I guess. It's so funny.
Wanda's fun. She's, she's someone to constantly put Darkwing in his place.
Yeah. And then they get a call from Fenton again.
Yeah, who's still fighting the plant monster thing, the vines, because he's constantly, like, having to wince through sentences.
Yeah.
And Darkwing's like, hold on 1 second, as he proceeds to kind of enter dad mode. He starts kind of parenting Goslin. He calls her young lady.
Come on, hero. Hero up.
Hey, is this a bad time?
1 sec. Young lady.
Young lady?
If you're fighting crime under my roof and using my smoke bombs, you will play by my rules. And if you won't listen, then you are staying here until this is all over.
You can't make me. You're not my family.
But she's, I mean, I don't know, not offended. Like, she is just...
Well, maybe kind of offended.
I know, like, she blows up at him for trying to parent her.
Yeah. Because he goes on to say, like, you know, like, kind of like if you're living under my roof, you're gonna live by my rules. And yeah, that's when she blows up and she tells him, like, you can't make me, you're not my family, and she runs off.
And Fenton is, like, awkwardly watching this. He's like, oof. I'll call you back. I'd rather do it with the vines. Awkward.
Jeez.
And, like, Darkwing, like, tiredly sits down in front of the computer.
Yeah.
But we see Launchpad watched all this happen.
Yeah.
And he joins her up. She's sitting at one of the windows. One of the windows overlooking St. Canard.
And I like the scene because she's, like...
Yeah.
kind of like curled in on herself, like, and Launchpad just like sits by her and he's like, nice night, and we get a shot of St. Canard, and like
where there is a giant robot running around, like electricity sparking across buildings and people screaming. But yeah, this is one of two like kind of quiet important scenes we get between Launchpad and Gosalyn.
Mm-hmm.
And especially here, we see Launchpad acting as the mediator between Launchpad and Darkwing and Gosalyn, like he did for just Darkwing.
Yeah.
In the first part,
because Gosalyn, like, she's willing to admit that she's being hard on him. Like she says that to him. But that she needs to find her grandpa. Like that's the goal. And Launchpad's like very softly, like, yeah, like we know that. Like that's why Darkwing hasn't slept in days. Darkwing spends all night talking on the phone with Fenton, trying to figure out the best plan to get her grandfather back.
Yeah. And yes, we learn it's been days, and I'm like, how does that math work?
Who knows?
I guess I'm willing to ignore it. Yeah, and we see, Gosalyn, she never knew that Darkwing was doing that, was consulting Fenton for maybe hours at a time.
Mm-hmm.
She listens in on their current conversation.
And so Fenton is letting Darkwing know that there are these huge leaks of multiversal energy happening.
Yeah.
So that he's calculated that the ramrod can only be used one more time.
Yeah, before it basically, tears reality apart. Like, until it becomes too unstable and completely unsafe.
Mm-hmm. And Darkwing is like, okay, like, then we have to be there at that time, the last time they use it, so that we can find Dr. Waddlemeyer.
Except you don't know which dimension he's in, and the longer the ramrod is on, the more unstable reality gets. There's no safe way to bring Dr. Waddlemeyer back.
That's unacceptable. I can't accept that.
Sorry, but that's the reality.
I can't let her down.
He refuses to fail Gosalyn.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also, like, half dead.
Yeah.
He's falling asleep in his chair to the point where he actually falls forward and disconnects the call.
Yeah. I really like this moment, like, him just being like, it's unacceptable, like, the reality that you can't bring him back. And Fenton is even, like, apologetic about it, and he's like...
Fenton... Yeah. I really like the voice acting for Fenton. Lin-Manuel Miranda is speaking very softly.
Yeah. Goss comes down. At that point, she's already, like, standing right next to him when he shuts off the call.
Mm-hmm.
And when he, like, hits the computer, he bounces up. He's like, I'm awake, ever vigilant. And she's like, I know. But I'm gonna get some sleep, so I thought you can go get some sleep, too.
Yeah. She really softens towards him because, she sees how much work he's putting into this, and so she leads him to the couch, and he's like falling asleep on his feet.
Yeah.
And she tucks his cape around him, while humming "Little Girl Blue."
Oh.
Obviously, it was like a plot point in the original pilot for Darkwing Duck.
Yeah,
it's a lullaby that Waddlemeyer sang to Gosalyn.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, it was the combination of how to use the ramrod, and obviously there's the super cute scene where Darkwing sings "Little Girl Blue" to Gosalyn in the pilot episode, which is
so good.
Rest your head, little girl blue. Come paint your dreams on your pillow. I'll be near to chase away fear. So sleep now and dream till tomorrow.
Here Gosalyn hums it to Darkwing as she tucks him in, which is very cute.
Aww.
I'm wondering if we'll get Little Girl Blue, like, I guess officially, like, forget the words, if you get one of them singing it, would be... It's the dream.
It would kill me, probably.
We'd be Launchpad.
Yeah.
Who was crying as he watches the scene.
Which is valid.
Yeah.
Oh. And yeah, he adds tissues to the uncle list.
Yeah. don't think we said that Gosling takes a seat in an armchair across from Darkwing and also falls asleep.
Yeah. But the peace cannot last for long.
No. It looks like, I guess, a few hours later, it's later that night, Wanda lights up with an alert that the ramrod has been activated for the last time.
Yeah. And Darkwing gets up and he leaves by himself.
Yes.
I love that the Dewey Tonight poster is still on.
Yes, it stays up. Darkwing leaves. He goes straight to the lab. He doesn't, futz around and look for a supervillain or whatever.
Yeah.
He goes straight to the source with no dramatics, like the Fearsome Four observed. There's no smoke bombs, there's no speech. There's a bit of a speech, but not one of his typical ones.
Yeah, like, he's just kind of, like, pumping himself up at first, and then he does his bit.
Because Bulba and Megavolt, Liquidator, and Crackerjack are all, like, clustered around the tiny video screen. Like, the security camera. And Crackerjack's, like, he's just standing there, menacingly.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we don't reference SpongeBob enough, but we referenced it last episode.
Oh, did we?
This girl is not at home.
Oh yeah.
He's right on top of me, but I can't see him. What's he doing?
He's just standing there. Menacingly! Get out of there, SpongeBob!
Yeah!
I love SpongeBob. It's ingrained into my DNA.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically the first 3 seasons.
And the movie.
Yes, the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. My friend and I were talking about David Hasselhoff for some reason.
That was my introduction to David Hasselhoff.
Yeah! I didn't know he was in Baywatch.
No, the only other thing I've seen him in is Guardians of the Galaxy. Too.
Oh my god. It's so funny. But yeah.
I mean, as far as this Fearsome Four knows, this is their Darkwing.
Yeah.
Like, they don't question, what the fuck is happening, why we stepped through a portal. They're insane. They don't care.
They're just here to destroy shit, and it's St. Canard, and they love destroying St. Canard.
Yeah, they don't care. but as far as they know, this is their Darkwing. Mm-hmm. And so for him to act this way, they're like, this is weird, this is wrong.
They're like, where's the drama?
Yeah. Where's the panache?
And Bulba's like, who cares? Like, he's a dude with no superpowers. Go get him.
Go get him. And so they all go off.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've said, that this episode has very good animation.
Yeah.
And just like little character moments they give good animation to, like Darkwing pounding on the door, or knocking politely, I should say, on the door, and giving this big speech that rhymes.
Yeah. The door is actually open and all of them are there.
Yes. Well, the 3 of them are.
Yeah.
Bushroot's, he's chilling somewhere. And they all attack him.
Mm-hmm. And I love the comment that Darkwing is like, oh, like, maybe y'all can attack me one at a time, or... No.
No. Back at the tower, I guess, was Launchpad, did he sleep?
No.
Yes. He was in some sort of kitchen that's here, whipping up some Darkwing pancakes.
He's just eating coffee beans straight up, and he's...
Yes. That's why he had the energy to make, like, a dozen pancakes at 4 a.m. He stole my grandma's fucking mango syrup recipe. The syrup's orange. It's not maple
orange.
syrup.
Yeah.
Fucking stole that shit.
And also, like, they're so, like, wet. Like, the pancakes are so wet.
Yeah. I think it's the syrup. I don't think the pancakes themselves look solid.
Yeah, they're just, like...
They're misshapen, but...
He's trying his best. It's a 4 a.m. snack. What did you want?
Yeah. We're all, Stu. What's his name from Rugrats?
Yeah, is that him? I don't know.
Stu, what's his name? Making pudding at, 3 a.m.? Because he's lost control of his life.
Stu, what are you doing?
Making chocolate pudding.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding?
Because I've lost control of my life.
That was me at, what was it? A little before 11 last night. I was like, you know what? I want some mint chip ice cream. And so I went downstairs, wrapped in a blanket, ate mint chip ice cream. It was like a mini carton. Ate straight from the mini carton while watching Muppets Family Christmas.
Honestly valid. Every single meme of like walking down to the kitchen to get yourself a handful of cheese from the fridge.
No.
Snacking on that.
I am lactose intolerant, mostly. And I can't eat cheese. So the thought of that is awful.
Just in my life, though, I am that. What's his name, Stu? You corrected me today, because I was like, I don't know who Mr. Rugrat.
Stu, wait. Brain blast. He has a funny last name. I'm too tired. I'm gonna Google it real quick. I will Google this. Wait. Hey, Siri. Who's Stu from Rugrats?
I found this on
Stu Pickles! How did I forget that wild last name?
I've never really watched the Rugrats.
I watched the movies. Rugrats in Paris is very, very good.
I've heard good things. Actually, I have a picture of me as a child with, is it Angelica, the little blonde girl?
Yes.
Angelica at the Universal Studios when I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, also, Rugrats meet... what's the animal people? Fuck.
The animal people?
I'm gonna Google it again. The Thornberrys.
Oh.
There we go. The Rugrats Meet the Thornberrys movie is phenomenal.
Oh. Yeah. I was always kind of like weirded out by the art style.
Yeah, art style does take a bit to get used to, but, I mean, very, very good movies.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
We got off on a tangent. Jesus.
About?
The pancakes. 4 a.m. snacks. Stu Pickles.
4 a.m. snacks.
Goslin has to just go and ruin half of Launchpad's hard work by knocking one of the plates out of his hand.
No.
When she notices that Darkwing is gone.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, Launchpad, I would eat pancakes you made me. But, you know. He doesn't seem to mind, though, because he just keeps eating his plate of pancakes.
No, he doesn't care.
Yeah,
he's fine with it.
He's like, this isn't my house, and I don't have to pick him up.
He doesn't pick them up. No, the syrup is going to get into the carpet.
Oh, no.
It's going to be ruined.
It's heartfelt.
No. But so Darkwing's over.
Jeez.
And she's searching for Darkwing's last location.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see the security footage of him getting completely beat up by the Fearsome 3 at the moment.
Yeah.
And then get dragged into the lab.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Goslin she's super upset. I mean, like a delicate way of putting it. I mean, seeing him get beat up. Because he went off alone without them.
Yeah. We see her, like, I guess finally, like, really realize the seriousness of the situation.
Let's go show those super villains they're not so super. Villains.
No! Darkwing was right. We've got to be stealthy. This isn't a show. But they don't know that.
But she realizes that, these guys probably don't know they're not in a show.
Yeah.
So we have to think like they do.
Yeah. And she turns to Launchpad to ask him, like, Launchpad, what do you know about Darkwing Duck villains? And Launchpad gets very excited.
Yeah, this is the question I am always waiting for. Somebody asks me, what do you know about Disney?
Yeah.
Well, nothing. I do know a lot about Donald Duck, though.
God.
No, absolutely nothing about Disney.
I just know whatever Defunct Land has taught me.
I was about to say, I know. All my Disney knowledge comes from Defunct Land.
Mm-hmm.
The seedy underbelly of Disney.
Yes.
Uncovered.
So we go back to McDuck Labs, and we see, like, that they're still, like, going through the halls and everything, and Bradford gets a call from Heron, and you see, like, that, like, the communicator's stuck. Like,
yeah, we see it light up, like, where it's stuck in his throat, and he, like, chokes on it a bit.
Heron is like, what's going on? Because it's probably like, muffled. And
she's like, are you in a tunnel?
Yeah.
Awful. Anyway, they find the ramrod room.
Yeah.
Like, with relative ease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just saw his posture and I had to, like, fix mine because it was so hard.
I know, he's like every part of Bradford is bent at a completely different angle.
And they find it, like you said, pretty easily.
And we see the ramrod's already crackling. It's activated.
Mm-hmm.
And while the kids are kind of wandering around the room, and Huey's watching Bradford suspiciously, he walks, like, right up to the control panel.
Yeah. And we get to see on the display is Scrooge, who's still stuck in the universe, and he's in an iconic scene.
Bless me bagpipes! A sea monster ate my ice cream!
Well, I mean, this is revealed to us. We didn't know where Scrooge was.
Actually, yeah.
We see that he is stuck in the fictional world of DuckTales 1987. And I guess he's perpetually locked in the sea monster ate my ice cream bit. From the episode, season 1, episode 37, A Whale of a Bad Time, which is part of the Catch as Cash Can series.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I think without a doubt, the funniest scene all of DuckTales. What we see is a more, like, restrained version of the scene. It's still funny. He's jumping on the kitchen table, there's pancakes and breakfast scattered around him.
Yeah.
And I'll put the actual clip in from the actual episode because it lasts like almost 30 seconds.
He's like throwing a tantrum.
He is losing it.
It's kind of like I understand why, but it's so funny.
It's so funny. The context being his ice cream is his entire fortune.
Yeah.
And the sea monster supposedly ate it.
Ice cream sank?
A sea monster was sighted in the...
A sea monster ate my ice cream? A sea monster ate my ice cream! Ah! A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream! A sea monster ate my ice cream!
Ooh, that must have been some ice cream.
No! You don't understand! This wasn't ice cream! This was Happy's fortune!
A sea monster ate my ice cream!
No, I'll never get to eat!
A sea monster ate my ice cream!
Stop it! Grab that!
I mean, watch the episode if you can to get the full extent, because he jumps on the table so hard, he, like, shakes it. He, like, jumps into the camera frame, and his face takes up the whole screen. It's impossible to describe the wild energy of the original scene. Alan Young, amazing Scrooge.
Oh, yeah. So Bradford is watching this, and he's like, talking about Bulba, that he pulled villains out from one fictional dimension, and he put Scrooge in another fictional dimension.
He's like, how am I going to explain this?
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously not worried about Scrooge's safety. He's like, oh, cool, problem solved.
Yeah.
But he still has the portal itself to worry about.
Yeah.
But he's talking aloud, and Huey hears him.
And, like, the triplets look so threatening in this little scene. Because he says, how is he going to explain it without, like, arousing suspicion, basically? And yeah, and he was like, how indeed? Like, and he starts asking him, like, how did you know about this? And what's going on here?
Yeah, they all start firing questions off at him.
Yeah.
And he turns around, but then before he can say anything, he starts choking, like hard on the communicator. Yeah. He, like, falls to the ground, choking on it. And Dewey's...
Is it because he gasped when he turned? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because he turns and immediately starts choking. Like, he falls to the ground, like I said. And Dewey's immediately like, oh no, we killed him.
Oh my god.
It's really funny. It gets me every time. Because he's just so horrified.
Yeah. They watch this man hack up this communicator.
Yeah. Which immediately starts to... Perrin's just talking at him through it.
Yeah.
And she calls him Foul Director Buzzard. So, there's the secret. Gone.
Yeah.
Out in the open.
Yeah, she identifies herself. She identifies him, the organization. Everything.
She, puts him on blast.
And yeah,
Yeah, at first Huey's like, aha!
Yeah.
We caught you! Because he's like, oh, I knew it, you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
And, like I said, Bradford is just very matter of fact. Well, I guess from your point of view, yeah, I am.
Mm-hmm.
And then, without any hesitation, grabs Dewey and Louie, throws them through the portal, and then does the same to Huey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this scene is what I'm like, okay, I really like Bradford. Because, I mean, there's no evil speech.
No.
There's no whatever. He doesn't give them time to react.
Mm-hmm.
And with Huey specifically, he looks him dead in the eye before he throws him through this portal.
Mm-hmm.
As far as he knows, to be stuck in this alternate dimension forever.
Yeah. And yeah, and the kids straight up appear right next to Scrooge.
Yeah.
And yeah, and they're like in the kind of old school, like kind of like a hybrid style, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't elaborate on Scrooge's look. He's wearing his classic 87 outfit. And when the kids appear, they have the little round heads and the blue eyes.
Yeah.
And they're all wearing hats. Yeah, and Bradford's like, alright, I need to get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, on the ground floor...
I don't even know what to say.
Well, we get shirtless Launchpad. That's something.
Yeah, but at what cost?
It's true. We learned that, what's Launchpad's voice actor's name?
Oh,
Come on, we can do this.
I was literally thinking about her earlier.
SNL man.
Yes, I was rewatching the airport, John Mulaney bit again.
Hey Siri. Who's Launchpad's voice actor?
Okay, I found this.
Not Terry McGovern!
Check it out.
Bitch. God, making me actually Google this shit.
I'm trying to remember. I'm failing as a fan, as a stan.
I'm just too tired to remember. Beck Bennett. I would not have remembered. We learned that Beck Bennett can do a serviceable Cajun accent.
Yeah.
Serviceable, I guess.
I mean...
It's less annoying than Jambalaya Jake's actual voice.
I hate Jambalaya Jake.
I hate him. So Launchpad is dressed as Jambalaya Jake. He's wearing, like, one of those Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
With, like, half of it's inflatable, so there's, like, fake legs.
Mm-hmm.
Which are the wrong color. They're not the same color as the rest of Launchpad, obviously. Because Jambalaya Jake is, like a tan dog.
Yeah.
Man. With, like, the alligator, whose name is... I forgot.
Good.
It's...
I want to forget.
Some Cajun stereotype name.
Yeah.
Jambalaya Jake is a villain in Darkwing Duck who showed up in at least 2 episodes. He premiered in Can't Buy You Love. Bayou, like the thing, like a bayou.
Yeah.
This is the frog. Season 1, episode 19. He is voiced by Jim Cummings in what is like a low grade like first attempt at what would later be Ray the Firefly.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
It's more annoying. I like
Yeah.
Ray the Firefly.
Yeah.
It is about 30 times more annoying than Ray the Firefly.
I've only ever seen that episode once because it's
Same. The once. And Launchpad even has like the freaking like the cartoony like all like big black fake nose that I don't think any of the actual dog characters in this show have.
Yeah.
And Goslin is the Bug Master.
Mm-hmm.
The Bug Master was obviously a villain who premiered in who only showed up in one episode. She was in Fraudcast News, season 2, episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Her alter ego was a news reporter named Bianca Beakley. No relation.
No relation.
who Goslin idolized. And that one is, from what I remember, a good episode. Mm-hmm. So watch that one. Don't watch the Jambalaya Jake one.
No. I will say, though, I do like the costume design of, like, the inflatable alligator. I just think that's funny.
Yes.
Like, that's really
it's funny. It's hysterical.
Yeah. I also have to say, looking at it, Goslin immediately regrets the plan as they're heading towards the entrance.
Yeah, because she has, like, this giant, like, bug head on her head. Like a bug head helmet.
Yeah.
And so they walk straight up to the door. I'm sorry. You can see Launchpad's actual duck feet underneath.
The whole thing is just wrong.
He nods. And Quackerjack goes to answer.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Launchpad introduces them, that he's Jambalaya Jake. And that, right here is the Bug Master.
Yeah.
Who are here to help take down Darkwing Duck.
And Quackerjack gives the funniest response he ever could have.
He's like, oh, C-string villains.
Yeah.
And then
I'm like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They had like 1 to 2 episodes apiece. Like, oh, not fan favorites.
No.
And he asks Mr. Banana Brain if he recognizes them.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Banana Brain's like, fuck no. But Launchpad's acting, huh?
No, I'm like, Mr. Banana Brain is more recognized than Jambalaya.
Yes. But Launchpad convinces him. He acts the part very well.
Ah, C-string villains. You recognize him?
We done tussled with that purple polecat like a gator in a hen house. Woo-wee!
Yeah, Quackerjack lets them in.
Yeah.
I hate looking at Launchpad's costume.
So we go back to the room where the ramrod is located, and we see that Bradford is like struggling to get like the key, the circuit.
Yeah. I mean, he's trying to deactivate the machine.
Yeah.
Because he's like, the world is literally going to fucking end. I need to get this out.
Because it's just been running the whole time,
yeah.
I'm assuming, for a while now.
Yeah. No, it's been open the whole time, the portal. But the key's like stuck, and before he can try anymore. Bulba, Liquidator, Megavolt, and they all come in, and Liquidator has a tied up Darkwing slung over his shoulder. So Bradford hides.
Yes.
He's like, yeah, these guys will kill me. I'm
On site.
an old man.
And so Liquidator places Darkwing like really close, like on the ramrod, basically.
Yeah. On like the platform.
Yeah. He's saying like, you're never gonna get away with this. But like, for the record, what is this? Like, like I know, but like let's make it all clear.
Yeah, he's like he's bluffing, like, I totally know what's happening here, but how about you just tell me anyway? Yeah. Bulba obliges him. He's basically going to sell the ramrod to the highest bidder. Yeah. He's making he's making like a sales pitch, basically. Yeah. He's having Megavolt film him talking up the ramrod to send to like the leaders of the world.
And then he's like, and then we'll show them that we mean business by destroying you.
And we have Megavolt sweet talking the camera, which is very in character for Megavolt, which I appreciated.
He's a freak. Like, he's a weirdo.
Yeah, no, we knew that.
But we love him for it.
He's in love with light bulbs.
The camera's name is Gladys.
Yes, of course, yes, very important. He named it. On the level above, we see Goslin and Launchpad taking off their costumes. Mm-hmm. And Launchpad at first is, like, just kind of ready to go.
Yeah.
But Goslin, for once, gets overwhelmed by everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she tells Launchpad to stop. And in this moment, she needs his support. She needs reassurance.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that we get these two, like I said, these two important quiet moments between Goslin and Launchpad.
Yeah.
Since, I mean, we never got too much of their interaction in the original series. Mm-mm. So I really, really appreciate it here, especially since, I mean, Launchpad's going to be a much more integral part of this family.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Launchpad just being this very, like, reassuring character for both her and Darkwing is really nice to see.
Ready? Let's get dangerous.
No, I can't do this. It's too much, Launchpad. This isn't like TV. It's real life where there's real danger.
Yeah, and sometimes you lose. He knows that better than anybody. Anyone can do the right thing when it's easy. But it's what you do when things are hard that makes you a hero.
I'm gonna get emotional about Launchpad.
Yes. Unlike before, she's admitting that she needs help.
Mm-hmm.
That she can't do this alone. She needs, she needs, like I said, she needs Launchpad to reassure her. Like, she's asking him for help. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. Really good scene.
Yeah, and, like, that gives Goslin, like, the courage, because we immediately see her smile.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, okay, like, ready to go, basically.
And I think, we see, I'm not sure, does Boba start filming at all? Like, before they get interrupted?
So right here, we, like, pan down to Megavolt saying that they're ready to roll. And he, like, does the classic 3, 2. And I guess they are rolling. But immediately there's an explosion. Just smoke everywhere.
We get smoke bomb, and Goslin introducing herself like Darkwing would with the speech, while Launchpad sneaks around from behind and unties Darkwing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's an all-out fight.
Yeah.
Before I forget, I wanted to rank.
Yes.
The Fearsome Four.
Okay.
So I guess rank them both in the original series and rank them in this version, since they are a little bit different here.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? What are our rankings?
Like,
should we include Negaduck? Because he's not here.
No.
Alright, sorry, Negaduck.
Like, rank them in terms of what? Effectiveness or favorite? Because those are two different things.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, effectiveness, Bush would be number 1 for 87, because he kills the most people. Like, 91. He kills the most people.
So I guess we could go with, like, favorite, just favorite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I guess, let's go with least favorite first. Mm-hmm. For 91. Who's your least favorite?
Who is my least favorite?
So we have Liquidator, Bushroot, Quackerjack, and Megavolt.
I think it's Quackerjack for me, to be honest.
Your least favorite?
Yeah.
Gas.
Because he's the Joker, basically.
He's a less edgy Joker.
Yeah. Third favorite.
Yeah.
See, like, I want to put Liquidator higher because he has my favorite episode, but nothing else is done with him.
I know, he just has the one good episode.
Yeah. So I feel like he has to be 3.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right, who's your second favorite?
Who's left?
We have Bushroot and Megavolt.
Next is Bushroot.
That's fair.
Yeah, because he's just, like, really funny and entertaining to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then first, it's, I guess, Megavolt.
You guess. He has to be your favorite, you guess.
He's also just really funny to me, and I do like that Darkwing and him have that history.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
Yeah. I mean, do you have different ranking?
I do.
Yeah.
For me, I think even though Liquidator has the one episode, he's still my favorite for that one episode. In that one episode, he was, for me, more interesting and funnier than all of the rest of the Fearsome Four put together. So for me, Liquidator is number one. I don't care if he only has one good episode.
He's just that good.
He's that good.
Yeah.
I think second would probably be... I mean, my favorite Buzzard episode is the one where he's just dead multiple times, so I don't think that counts. So I think second would have to be Quackerjack, just because without him, we wouldn't have the Haunting of Mr. Banana Brain episode.
True. Yeah.
And then, ooh.
Are we gonna have a completely flipped list?
I think so.
This is why we balance out perfectly.
We do. I'm stuck between Buzzard and Megavolt for third. Damn, I feel bad putting Megavolt at the very end.
Yeah.
But I think because I don't like Beauty and the Beat, I will make Buzzard fourth. Okay. My least favorite. Sorry, Buzzard.
He doesn't care. No, he probably cares a lot. He's probably crying.
He would care. Would you be able to rank our current Fearsome Four?
Yeah, because Liquidator now for me is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bushroot because he just looks cool.
I was literally Bushroot's my favorite for the new versions of them.
Yeah,
because he's threatening. They make him scary.
Yeah. So for me, it would be Liquidator, Bushroot, Quackerjack because he does have like the cool robot, and then Megavolt at the bottom.
Dang, poor Megavolt.
So I just completely flip over my list.
You did. And I don't know, I really like how they made Megavolt look. So Megavolt might rank higher than Quackerjack, but Quackerjack does have the cool robot. I mean, since we only get them for one episode, they condense everything good about the characters.
Yeah.
into these brief moments we get with them.
Well, let's not forget, Liquidator is now buff.
Yes, oh god. That's right, he's buff now. He's not just a generic dog-shaped water man. Does that make sense? Those
water dog?
Words. I don't know if they made sense put together. Whatever.
Yes.
Watch Dry Hard.
Honestly, though. Watch Dry Hard. It has one of my favorite, I was gonna say Scrooge, Darkwing outfits.
Oh, fuck.
That I keep trying to get Anna cosplay.
His Heatwave outfit.
Yeah.
All of our nonsense will make sense if you just watch Dry Hard.
Yeah.
Back to the episode. Because they're fighting the Fearsome Four. Because Buzzard comes at them, and Gosalyn is once again using real arrows for her crossbow, which I was excited to see.
Bulba is filming all of this. Like, he took over the camera.
He gets up out of the way.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to how to describe a fight scene.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we don't have to go into super detail. And I mean, the Fearsome Four basically all line up.
Yeah.
And Drake tells Gosalyn to go to the Ramrod to start looking for her grandfather, while he and Launchpad fight these guys.
Yeah.
And obviously she's like, how the fuck are you guys gonna fight these 4 supervillains at once? And they're apparently Buzzard apologists.
Yeah. Because they immediately correct her that Buzzard isn't technically a villain.
I'm like, we know he's killed people, guys.
And she's like, oh, that's right. I keep forgetting y'all are nerds.
I mean, these were the perfect first supervillains for Launchpad and Darkwing to fight because they know everything about them.
Yeah.
Just because of their nerdiness, like, I mean, it gives them like an edge that they wouldn't otherwise have with other villains.
Yeah.
So I like that it's like kind of preparing them for a real, I mean, not real, but like other supervillain fights where they don't have this advantage over them.
Yeah. And it's a very nice moment because we finally get all three of them doing the Let's Get Dangerous. And it's a very sweet moment. Well, at least to me. It's really great. I cried.
No, it's super great. I mean, we first got Darkwing and Launchpad saying Let's Get Dangerous together in Duck Knight Returns, and that in itself was a big deal. Since, typically it's just Darkwing's thing.
Yeah.
But obviously there it's something that he and Launchpad share. And then here it's extended to Gosling.
That's right! I keep forgetting you're nerds! Come on, you nerds! Let's get dangerous!
And yeah, so the fight starts again. It's pretty rad. I mean, I'm assuming y'all already watched it.
We're not going to go into super detail about the fight, but there's like an explosion, because Quackerjack has those cartoon bombs with the fuses, with the lit fuses, and we see like some like of the portal ramrod energy like kind of spark up the building and into the clouds. Yeah, so while the fight's going on, Gosling, she goes to the controls.
Yeah.
And she starts looking for her grandfather. Amid the various dimensions.
And we get like a shot of Bushroot like throwing like thorns and like basically
like his arm like swells and is like launching these massive thorns, which do stab Darkwing a bunch.
Yes. But he's bleeding and he's dead.
No, he's fine. And we see he has like some sort of tool belt thing. He has like a grappling hook he's able to pull out.
Yeah.
Which is nice. That was because he can't use the gas gun.
No.
So they compensate with that.
Can't say nice. Suck gas, evildoer.
No.
And make everyone giggle because it sounds like ass.
We've been deprived.
No. But yeah.
But we see him and Launchpad using their nerdiness to their advantage.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about how for this fight with Bushroot reminds them of the episode Beauty and the Bee, and that how they would love a Just Us Justice Ducks
episode 21
to happen. Yes, which is, I think we've definitely mentioned before. It's Just Us Justice Ducks Part 1 and 2, which is has the formation of the Justice Ducks, which is Darkwing, Launchpad, Morgana, Neptunia, and Gizmoduck and Stegmutt. It's like the superhero team.
How dare you remind me of Stegmutt.
I'll always remind you of Stegmutt. I'll always be here to do just that.
I'm sorry. Are you busy?
Busy? No. I'm only standing here with Liquidator and Bushroot, the most dangerous criminals ever, and we're playing Let's Pretend!
Oh, boy! I love Let's Pretend!
Yeah, so I wonder what that crossover episode looked like, considering there was no Gizmoduck. And no Launchpad.
Sadly.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in a world without a Launchpad. But yeah, at this point they've already knocked Bushroot out, basically.
Yeah. Darkwing redirects the stream so that it knocks out Quackerjack. Launchpad gets temporarily knocked out, and when Liquidator grabs Darkwing, he uses his grappling hook to basically he throws it and wraps it around Megavolt. And yanks him into Liquidator.
Yeah.
So that all three of them are electrocuted.
Yeah.
No, Darkwing less debilitatingly so.
And then Launchpad uses a trash can and traps the Liquidator inside of it.
Yeah. And they did it. They beat the Fearsome Four.
Yay!
And Bulba looking on from above is like, okay, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my hands dirty. And we see the portal is now getting a bit stronger.
Yeah.
We see debris starting to fly around. I think the camera gets sucked into the portal.
Yeah. And we go to Gosling, who's still looking through, the universes.
Yes. And we're seeing snapshots of these various universes. And the one of them that we see that is recognizable is the Fluffy Dogs.
Tell us more about this
the
weird...
Fluffy Dogs. So, we see the little snapshot. There are these, we see these little, like, pastel-colored cartoon dogs. Mm-hmm. And I watched 12 minutes of the 48-minute, Fluffy Dogs special.
48?
I think it's 48 minutes.
God.
It was long. It was, on television, it was an hour, so I think, like, 48 minutes. So the Fluffy Dogs, it was a special that aired in 1986, so this is pre Disney Afternoon. Mm-hmm. Fluffy Dogs was meant to spin off into a TV series, but its ratings were so low, it was canceled. So the Fluffy Dogs are basically interdimensional, interstellar refugees who pass between dimensions using a crystal key in, like, these magical doorways that they can literally sniff out. I hate their name, by the way.
Yeah, same.
Fluffy Dogs.
It sounds like...
is terrible.
Like some weird regional hot dog name.
Or, yeah, it sounds like a Care Bears ripoff.
Yeah.
Which it is,
yeah.
Basically. There's, I fucking forgot how many of them. I think there's 6 of them.
Oh, God.
Like, 6 Fluffy Dogs. I think there's 6. And they're each a different color. There's green, blue, pink, yellow, orange, and red, I think. I know there's a red and orange one, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I lost count of the colors. They're painfully generic. Sorry to anyone who likes the Fluffy Dogs.
Yeah.
They're very generic. I watched 12 minutes before I just was both frustrated by how generic it was, mm-hmm. and just kind of bored. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Fluffy Dogs. I'm not giving it a very glowing review. I hope that made sense.
Yeah. I mean, it made sense to me, but I don't really care to learn more about the Fluffy Dogs.
No, there's like a rich guy who wants to hunt them for sport.
Of course there is.
And, like, you know, the generic 12-year-old white kid who is the main character, you know.
Yeah.
Just watch Care Bears.
Yeah.
If you want multicolored
creatures.
Yeah, creatures. It's like how there were a million Ninja Turtles ripoffs. Mm-hmm. This is just one of the Care Bears ripoffs. Anyway, so Wadamire is not in the Fluffy Dogs dimension.
No.
But in her search, Gosling sees that Scrooge. She finds a dimension where Scrooge and the kids are trapped.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, lucky.
And she immediately lets them out.
Yeah.
And they, like, scream through the portal. And I love Scrooge. As soon as he lands, he's like, "Oh, a sea monster did not eat my ice cream."
No, he said it so angrily.
Yeah.
Because he was, like, stuck in this horrifying loop for, I guess, days.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And the kids, I love, I think Dewey asks why their heads were so round.
Yeah.
Which is a fun dig at everyone who criticized their current designs for their heads being too square.
Yes. I love their little stupid square heads.
They look better. I will defend that.
And then Louis also asks, what does quackaroony even mean?
I couldn't tell you, Louis.
Dewey, like, ever supportive of Gosling, is like, quick, like, find your grandpa.
Yeah, and as behind them, the portal, I mean, it was already crackling and looking unstable before, but it like, the portal bursts open.
Yeah.
Now.
It's just like a diamond now.
Yes, yeah. And it's, like, the whole room turns red, mm-hmm. Is bathed in red light, and it's literally now sucking everything in. Because, it starts to pick up, Huey and Dewey, right after Huey tells, Dewey, basically, that they can't keep the portal open any longer.
Yeah. That it's unstable, and they get, like, almost sucked in, but luckily Scrooge grabs them with his cane, and then he's like, they're huddled against him.
Yeah, they're against, like, one of the support pillars, so they don't get sucked in.
Mm-hmm.
And Gosling's still searching. She keeps searching and searching, and she can't find him.
Yeah.
She says he's not here,
mm-hmm.
about Wadamire, but I assume that just means that she's not finding the dimension he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's unstable, and they get, like, almost sucked in, but luckily Scrooge grabs them with his cane, and then he's like, they're huddled against him.
And Gosling's still searching. She keeps searching and searching, and she can't find him.
Or he's dead.
Oh, he's dead. He's probably trapped somewhere. And that now she can't even close the portal.
Yeah.
Unless.
And
Darkwing is... He starts to ask her what she means, but then Bulba, obviously, he's here. He picks Darkwing up and it starts to, like, crush him.
Yeah. He's, like, holding him, like, with both hands, and he's just, like, telling him that he ruins everything. And he's, like, crushing him.
And while Bulba is crushing him, he still tells Goslin to keep looking.
Yeah. And Goslin realizes that she can't.
Like she did with realizing the danger of the Fearsome Four, she's realizing that she can't save her grandfather. Mm-hmm. Not now.
Yeah.
That the portal, it's been open too long, it's unstable, and they're all going to die.
Yeah, and
unless they close it.
She's not willing to risk that. You know, like, she loves her grandpa, but she's not going to do that.
And so, I mean, with tears in her eyes, she pulls out her crossbow and she prepares to fire it at the ramrod where the laser is firing.
Mm-hmm. And Bulba is, like, yelling at her to not do it.
Goslin, no! Who cares about this reality? We can make a better one! One with your grandpa in it!
Who cares about this reality? Like, we can make a better one. A reality in which your grandpa is, like, alive and here with you.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have some fucking balls to say that.
Yeah.
Considering you're the one who threw him in there in the first place.
Uh-huh.
But Goslin fires.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the portal the ramrod itself starts to explode. Mm-hmm. And we get this really cool shot of because Darkwing's still with Bulba. He, like, drags Bulba down to, like, punch him in the face.
Yeah. And they're still fighting as, you know, the Fearsome Four are getting sucked back into to their dimension, I guess.
Yeah. Getting sucked back into somewhere. And we get this, like, cool shot of, like, Bulba and Darkwing still fighting, and they're getting sucked in. Yeah.
And, like, for a moment, I was like, is, like, Bulba gonna get sucked in as well?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
And he doesn't, but you get to see, like, they hit, and then this, like, blast comes out, and they all get tossed around.
Yeah. The ramrod explodes, and everyone gets thrown into the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And the ramrod is, like, completely destroyed.
Yeah.
And Goslin, she falls to her knees sobbing.
Yeah. It's really upsetting, because she's been, like, tearing up the whole time that, like, since she realized what she had to do. But at this moment, she just, like, collapses, and, like, Darkwing, like, he doesn't pick her up, but he, like, goes to, like, hug her, and she's just crying.
He wraps his arms around, and it's really, really nice. Like, just, like, the way the body language is animated.
Mm-hmm.
It's very sad.
Yeah. And
we have Scrooge, the kids, and Launchpad looking on for, like, a moment before Huey wonders, like, where Bradford is.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, wait, where's that bitch who threw us into the portal?
And I did not think we were gonna get a reveal this soon.
No, well, I mean, the kids already know they can't trust him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, on that alone, it would have been like, this guy's bad news. He tried to kill us.
Yeah, but I thought we were just gonna get, like, a prolonged, like, the kids know, but Scrooge doesn't know. Until...
But no, I mean, they find out, all of them find out the truth right away.
Yeah.
Because Heron does not understand subtlety.
No.
Bradford is climbing into a helicopter, which has the F.O.W.L logo slapped on the side.
And I love that, like, Scrooge is like, Bradford, F.O.W.L, and we see Bradford, like, facepalm when he notices the big-ass logo.
Yeah.
And Harry's like, what? Like, would you rather fly around in an unmarked helicopter? And he's like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, he realizes the jig is up, and so he basically warns Scrooge.
Yeah.
Like, your little adventure fantasy is coming to an end, Big Duck.
Our reality just got a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, so Scrooge has learned the truth.
Yeah. That
F.O.W.L has infiltrated his company and has been for decades.
Mm-hmm. So after that, we go back to the bridge, which, like, the vines are still there, but, you know, they're no longer, like, what's the word?
Ambulatory, like, they're no longer being controlled. There's a bunch of giant plants now on the bridge. And Gizmo finishes cutting through them. And I guess it was trapping all of the police officers and all of St. Canard.
Yeah.
I guess. This is like the Dark Knight Rises when all the fucking cops get trapped in the sewers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like all the fucking useless Gotham cops. All the fucking useless St. Canard police. Mm-hmm. Because Gizmo finishes cutting through the vines and they're like, Gizmo save St. Canard! What?
Ain't that from just traffic not being able to come in?
I know, it just saved them from a prolonged traffic jam. It's been a couple days.
Yeah, point is, poor Darkwing, he's getting absolutely no credit for this.
No, he's getting nothing. We see inside the tower, Gosalyn's, she's packing up. We see she has a backpack with like a change of clothes and stuff. And I mean, I wonder what her plan was, because she has no other family, so...
Yeah. I guess, like, live alone in their house? Like, her old house?
I guess, but I mean, do the police know Watermeyer's missing? Like, wouldn't there be a missing persons report, and then the, like, child's, like, social services?
I don't know.
Would come and take her? Yeah, who knows? I don't know what her plan would have been. But she picks up the photo that Darkwing found of her grandfather and Bulba. That must be a rough picture to look at.
I know. Cover Bulba.
Yeah, just like
grape jelly stain.
Yeah. Like a Sharpie and just draw all over him. We see Darkwing walks up to her, and for the first time in the whole show, in this whole two-parter, he is unmasked and out of costume.
Sorry, I was thinking about, like, being the pilot when he's Drake.
This is definitely similar. It is similar to the ending of the Darkly Dawn's pilot, where he does come to Gosalyn as Drake Mallard. Yeah. And I like that they do that here, and that he has this conversation with her as Drake Mallard, not as Darkwing. I mean, it's like a show of trust, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But wherein the pilot, he adopts her flat out, they're not quite there yet here.
No. Launchpad might, but everyone else needs a little bit more time.
Yes. I think, Gosalyn definitely.
Yeah.
First, he reassures Gosalyn that they're going to keep trying to look for her grandfather, because, I mean, they know a lot of scientists.
Yeah.
I think mostly Fenton who will help them.
Yeah.
But probably Gyro who'll get the job done.
Look, you got knocked down, beat up, and blown up today. But what matters is that you get back up. And I promise, I'll help you find your family. Now, in the meantime, I've got, I've got an idea.
Does it involve more vehicles that look like your face?
I was kind of, well, sort of, I don't know, I was wondering if you wanted to be my crime-fighting partner?
Really? I mean, yeah. I could stick around for that.
And I mean, she's actually really touched and excited.
Yeah.
And which is really sweet, and she agrees. And I like that it's a way to both like keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
So she doesn't end up God knows where. Since she has no one to look after her.
Yeah.
She is his crime-fighting partner. He's not adopting her. Because, like we said, she's still like holding out hope for her grandfather. Like she's still determined to find him.
Yeah.
Where in the pilot, her grandfather was dead, and Gosalyn was like we said, she was directly searching for family.
It's a very sweet moment because, like, even if she's not ready to have a new family, he's willing to be there for her and like support her.
Yeah,
you know, and she does need that support, anyways.
Yes, and it's really sweet how he asks her. He's stuttering and stammering through the whole thing. I think, like you said a lot, I really like this Darkwing. I really like how they've changed, I think, Darkwing and, like, Fenton, specifically, among all their many, many great reboot characters. I really like superheroes who are more genuine in their intentions. It's a different take. This is a different Darkwing.
Yeah.
I still really like the original Darkwing. I also really like this different version.
And I like this new setup of, like, their relationship. Gosalyn is in a different place in her life, and so is, you know, Drake. And so, you know, hopefully their future adventures tell us more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean, we need an episode where Darkwing officially adopts her.
Yeah. We need it.
We need it. Like, she's not his daughter yet.
No.
Which, I mean, Dewey's here for some reason too, and I'm like, dude,
get out.
Like, I mean, like, your whole family just realized like, an evil organization was plotting against them.
Yeah.
Why are you here? I mean, he's here to give Launchpad the go-ahead.
Yeah.
To go join his family.
Yeah.
Because they're both tearing up at this very sweet scene downstairs.
And Dewey's like, go to them. And he does. He runs off.
Picks up both Darkwing and Goslin and explains that he's joining them.
Yeah.
And that he'll split his days between Duckburg and St. Canard.
And then he'll sleep on the drive over.
Yes, and we see Drake actually look at him like, wait, what?
Like, no.
Looking a little bit looking concerned, like, I don't think that's going to work out as well as you think it will. But Goslin, we see, smiles. Because these idiots are her idiots.
Yeah.
Wanda, we see, informs them that a crime is in progress. And I'm like, see, Darkwing, I told you. Like, there's going to be crime.
Of course.
Like, just a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's maybe spurred on by the appearance of supervillains.
Oh, yeah.
In the city that other guys are like, oh shit, we can do that? Give everyone ideas.
Time to put on my own cosplay. Rob a bank.
They speed out of the tower in the Ratcatcher and leave Dewey behind. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do they introduce him? They leave him behind.
That must be like an error.
Right?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even realize that. They do leave him. He's just...
I realized it on my last watch. I'm like, wait. They leave him behind. Why are you here?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that. He's just an illusion that,
his own mind conjured it to reassure him. Yeah, I mean, especially considering how we know the next episode goes, it's much more urgent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, they wouldn't just let him, like, oh, yeah, go hang out with Launchpad for a bit. It's like, no, we gotta get back home.
Yeah.
F.O.W.L has infiltrated the family.
Jeez. And Dewey's like, no, I want to hang out with Launchpad.
God.
And then immediately guys, can you guys pick me up? They left without me.
I don't know if we said how much, I love the F.O.W.L reveal.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of, build up, right? In that moment, we've seen in future episodes that we are getting a lot of payoff on the F.O.W.L reveal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really excited to get more.
Yeah. I really enjoyed, the pieces of Bradford that we got.
Yeah. Yeah. Completely. I'm like, shit, this guy's my favorite villain. He has all the development that we never got with any of our other mains. Mm-hmm. He gets several episodes devoted to building up bits of his character.
Yeah. And,
the reason behind what he does.
Yeah.
Which we didn't get at all with Magica or Lunaris.
Well, yeah, we got the reasoning, but we didn't get the payoff.
No, yes, with Lunaris we never got payoff. With Magica we never got the reasoning.
Yeah.
With Bradford,
we get both.
Is the perfect combination of both. Yeah, really good episode. And we didn't say at the start, but we are making... we got so many questions for this part, thank you, that we are going to answer all of those questions in the next episode, a short special episode in which we only answer questions.
Yes.
So, go listen to that after this.
Yeah.
Especially if you send us a question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, we have a review.
Oh, yeah.
We have a new review for the first time in...
a year.
A long time. Don't reveal how long. A while.
It's been a long time.
Shh. Alright, my favorite DuckTales podcast. And the name is just like that T emoji. Like the crying... I don't know if it's T_T. Oh.
It's crying. Yeah, it's a little crying face.
Yeah, it looks like the crying face.
Yes.
I've listened to every DuckTales podcast out there, and this is far and away my favorite. Thank you.
Oh.
A lot of Duck fans focus on merchandise and general Disney collecting, but these two instead do great character analysis and just generally have fun with the show. catching the little character moments that you might have missed on first viewing, pointing out how the characters have grown and changed over time, proper literary analysis. I am a creative writing major. And doing literary analysis was my favorite thing in high school, actually. It's great. It continues, not just my favorite DuckTales podcast, but my favorite podcast about any TV show. Definitely worth a listen if you're a Duck fan, and if not, this just might convince you to be one. Such a nice review.
Thank you. Honestly, thank you.
For real. Oh my goodness. Anyone who compliments us, I'm like, damn, we just yell things into a microphone. I'm glad it makes sense.
Honestly. We're not joking when we say that. Anna and I, we don't rehearse, and we also don't script the podcast, obviously.
God, no. If we did, our episodes would not be this long. Yeah.
But we sometimes, like, when we used to see each other more personally, we would just sit in, like, a restaurant and talk about these episodes. Like, discuss. Like, we would be doing this kind of thing, whether or not we had a podcast.
Yeah. This is basically just this is just a 2-hour... like condensed version of just our regular conversation.
Yeah. And so to hear that, like, people actually enjoy them and, like, think we're funny or, like, see value in what we do, like, means a lot, you know?
It does, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I do this for me. It's very fun. I'm glad people enjoy it.
Yeah, like, I love spending this time with, like, my best friend.
Yes,
you know?
me too.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And I don't think I mentioned, we got a very nice email a while back, we didn't mention before, from Lynn. I just wanted to give them a shout out. Mm-hmm. I know they listen to us. Yeah. And we really appreciate their email. And we have merchandise.
Yes.
I wanted to give a shout out to the Disney Delete for promoting us.
Yeah.
I think like about a month back. Mm-hmm. Which is probably the reason why we sold so many of our Flint Ferris Glom Wheel shirts. Honestly. Which is one of the shirts we have on our merch store, which will be included in the episode description. Mm-hmm. We have many, many, many t-shirt designs. Just designs in general. Mm-hmm. Which you can get on t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, stickers, and masks, among other things, on TeePublic. I have been making many designs. I've been posting new ones, so go check those out. We have some Dello. I know I have one Dello one. We have a Let's Go Lesbians shirt with the number on it. And TeePublic is constantly having sales, so help us out with some
we have my
purchases.
Favorite, I will say. Mm-hmm. You really knocked it out of the park. Chef Kiss with the Papa Swan's pizza shirt.
I was very proud. I had to make a Papa Swan shirt from scratch since I wasn't able to get the design off the actual canon in-show design. Mm-hmm. So there is a actual swan in front of a pizza.
I love it.
That says Papa Swans.
It's beautiful.
Serving size lonely.
Serving size. That's the important bit.
Yes.
Also, I really need to get this one because it's my favorite. It's the Don't Eat the Toner poster. Yes.
As seen in The Duck Knight Returns.
Yes. But yeah. Please check out our merch store. All proceeds go to paying our podcast dues. Mm-hmm.
So far, we are good for the next, 3 months.
Hell yeah.
So thank you, crazy people.
Honestly.
But please buy our merchandise. I care more about people, liking and buying my designs than I kind of do about the money. The money's nice.
Yeah.
But I like that people actually...
like them, yeah.
Like the designs. So that's very cool. Mm-hmm. And you can, if you're not following us on Twitter, definitely do that. You can find us at Amores Patos.
You can also find us at Tumblr at amorespatospodcast.tumblr.com.
You can send us emails about, whatever at amorespatospodcast@gmail.com. And leave us a review.
Yeah.
We would love that. I know you can leave reviews on iTunes, not Spotify. Can you do it on Google Play?
No. I don't think so.
So I know you can leave reviews on iTunes.
Yeah.
So definitely do that. Thank Michael at Spintrick for our lovely cover art. Mm-hmm. And I believe that is all for us. Check out our next episode where we answer all of your Darkwing Duck related questions.
Yeah.
Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.
Uncle Launchpad is here to stay!